the power and elation of keeping a commitment. Is Tom Brady walking away and carving out some time with Tay-Tay?
Welcome to the Hopefulist, a daily talk show hosted by veteran broadcaster Wendy McClure. Join Wendy each day as she shares her life lessons that transformed her from perpetual pessimist to the ultimate hopefulist. The perfect morning show to get you caught up on the day's top stories while sharing insights that will lead to positive transformation and bring out the hopefulist in you. For more inspiration, visit hopefulist.com. And now, here's your host and hopefulist, Wendy McClure.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Friday, January 31st, 2020. It is day 140 of Gotta Get On Ellen. Ellen, are you listening? So I'm very excited. Today is the day we are now able to see Taylor Swift's documentary movie, Miss Americana, which is one of the songs on her latest album. It's now available and streaming on Netflix. So I'm told. I have not actually checked. I'm assuming it will be there. And you know what I'm going to be doing as soon as the show is over today. That is right. I will be hunkering down with a good cup of coffee, snuggling under the covers. Maybe my baby girl Tucker will join me. Maybe she will stick to her daddy's recliner. We'll see. And I'm going to get to know my Tay-Tay a little bit better. They're saying that she's forthcoming with an eating disorder that she has. I was not aware that she had an eating disorder. I just thought she was one of those skinny people. But yeah, we all have an idea in our head of what we should look like. And then we have that, is it like dysmorph something or other, that when you look in the mirror, you're not seeing yourself as you truly are. Most people have that where they think they look better than they actually do. But some people think that they still look extremely fat when they are like, skin and bones. And I say that about, we think, and we do tend to think we look better when we're looking in the mirror than we actually do. That's why a lot of times I try to take a picture because, a picture does not lie. Sometimes there's just bad pictures, but sometimes it's not the picture. So, you look in the mirror and you're like, wow, I look the same as I did when I was 17. No, you don't. You run into somebody you went to high school with and you're like, wow, they look old. I don't look that old. Yeah, you probably do. Boy, this has taken a downward turn, hasn't it? All right, let's move along. So the candy hearts that they come out with for Valentine's Day, sweethearts. They have the little sayings on them. I love those candies. Oh, they have to be a certain brand, too. They actually did not make them last year because the company, I believe it's Necco, that has made them in the past, went out of business, I believe. But somebody bought the rights to make this candy, and they said that during the move of the equipment, there was some damage. And what ended up happening is a majority of the hearts this year are blank, that the stamper didn't work. So you can get them this year, which is good news because, they're so good. They are one of my favorites, I got to tell you. I like the kind that comes in the little box. I guess it's like, a little single serve or whatever. Not the big bag kinds. Those are kind of a little more chewy than they are crunchy. I like the crunchy ones. And I don't care if they have anything on them. I do like to read them. I mean, it's part of the fun. Maybe you can get like a little food coloring pen and put your own little messages on there. But be nice. Don't write any mean messages. So at least they are available this year, right? So we're going to look on the bright side. So the Super Bowl is this weekend. We have for the halftime show, J-Lo and Shakira. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know. I'm not overly excited about it. I would be overly excited if it were, say, Bruno Mars. I think that he was one of my favorite Super Bowl halftime shows. I thought Justin Timberlake did a very good job. I was excited when Madonna was doing the halftime show. Big Madonna fan from way back in the day. She's kind of a little weird, a little crazy, but, I have allegiances that I must keep up with. And, unless she really, really pisses me off. I'm sure she's just so worried about it, too. So, I don't know. I'm sure it'll be a good show. I wish I was going to be at the Super Bowl. That is one of my bucket list items. I want to go to a Super Bowl. I have a couple of friends who actually made it to the Super Bowl when the Eagles were in it. Oh, so lucky. Can you imagine not only being at the Super Bowl, because it's just one of those events that's just so exciting and there's so much going on and it's just something that you'll remember for your entire life. But to also be there when your favorite team is in the game and then wins the game. Ugh, priceless. Absolutely priceless. Speaking of football, Tom Brady apparently has put up an Instagram post that is causing a lot of speculation. It is a silhouette of him, and I'm guessing they can't really figure out if he's walking toward the field out of the locker room or away from the field in the locker room. Some people are saying that it's a clue that he'll be leaving the Patriots. Some think that it's a clue that he is leaving the game. I don't think Tom Brady's done yet. I don't think he's done. He's 42, still clearly a very good player. If the Patriots don't keep him, I don't think there is a chance in hell he is retiring. I don't see it happening. Some people are saying that it's a indication that he will be staying with the Patriots. So, it's been kind of taken from every single point of view. So, whichever way he goes, it's been interpreted in this Instagram post that he put up. So we'll see what happens with Tom Brady. You can say a lot about Tom Brady. You can hate the New England Patriots because they've been so good. And that's what people tend to do. It just gets tiring to see the same team win over and over again. But you can't really take anything away from Tom Brady. I mean, he is a world-class competitor. He is a champion, without a doubt. That is a person who commits, which is what we will be talking about today on the blog post. He commits to doing whatever it takes to be the very best he can be. And you can't take that away from him. You have to admire that just a little bit. You can hate him at the same time, but you have to admire that, right? He's good. Man, I hate that about him, but he is good. So I wanted to go on to my topic, which is about the Super Bowl as well. The favorite Super Bowl snacks that you partake in during the Super Bowl. I actually didn't get as many comments on this as I thought that I would, because everybody was talking about food a couple of days ago, and now when I ask you about food, not so chiming in. We got a pretty decent amount of responses, though. I wanted to know what your favorite Super Bowl snack food is. I will be making, once again, I will tell you, my hoagie dip. It's just ham, salami, I believe I use American cheese, but you would think that because it kind of looks like it's trying to be an Italian hoagie. So you would think that provolone would go with that, right? I'm pretty sure I've used American in the past. I had to dig out my recipe. But you mix all of that together with some mayonnaise. I think it's like a pound of each of the meats and the cheese. And you mix all of that together with mayonnaise, put some spices in it, some oregano, some salt, some pepper, and you just shred up some iceberg lettuce, dice up some tomatoes, and I encourage you to wait until the last moment to add that stuff in, because that stuff tends to get a little soggy and it makes it not as good, not as fresh looking, and not as fresh tasting. So if you're having some gathering at your house, you're going to do it when you do it. But make sure if you're making it ahead of time, wait to put the lettuce and tomato on until you're serving it. If you're going somewhere, either do it right before you leave the house, or if it's going to take you a while to get there, wait till you get there to put the finishing touches on it. That is my advice. Like I've mentioned before, Joe is going to smoke some wings. The weather looks pretty good. Looks to be a little windy, which can sometimes affect the way his food comes out on the smoker. But I think it's going to be okay. Some of your choices. Kate says usually some kind of dip, like pepperoni dip. This year I'm making cheeseburger dip. Oh, that sounds like something that's right up my alley, Kate. I love cheeseburgers. I've had pepperoni dip before. I think that I was not that impressed with it. I thought that I would be, but I don't know. Maybe it was just a bad batch or something, or maybe I just don't like it. I don't know. Jennifer says, I'm excited because Philly Pretzel Factory has finally opened up down here in South Carolina, so I ordered a tray for Sunday. She said, we always had a pretzel tray when I lived in New Jersey, so I said, if only you could just grab a Wawa coffee with it, too. Sandra says, pizza and wings. Kathy says, chili. Kathy says, wings. Megan says everything. I'm not going to discriminate. I want it all. There you go. My kind of girl. Joe says wings. Lauren says buffalo wings for my husband. Buffalo chicken dip for me. Yes, that sounds spicy. Michelle says nachos. When we were growing up, Michelle had come across this nacho recipe. And it was made with Doritos rather than, regular tortilla chips. And you know what? I got to tell you, it just took it up such a notch having the Doritos. It was just, I believe it was just chili, lettuce and tomato, shredded cheese. Yeah, delicious though. We used to make her make it for us all the time. She said that she's doing vegan right now. But Doritos are vegan, right? Aren't Doritos vegan? No? I don't know. I guess not. I don't know. That is one thing I have not undertook, is going vegan. That I'm not interested in. Marcy says wings. I just bought mine and can't wait to cook them. Veronica says chips and dip. And Carolyn says a guacamole. I don't think of chips and dip as a Super Bowl snack food because, you can eat that anytime. You really can eat it anytime. And I used to. I really don't ever eat chips and dip anymore, but it was one of my go-to snacks for many, many years. And then I got into the big fat Snyder's pretzels, the big fat ones that come in the box. You have to get the box, not the bag. The bag is different. Everybody laughs at me and tells me they're exactly the same. If they're exactly the same, why do they sell some in a bag and some in a box? Answer me that, will you? And I don't care if they really are exactly the same. I feel like they're different. I pay more money for the box, so just let me be. Just let me be. But I would dip those in onion dip, and oh, yeah. So good. So good. So on to today's blog post. I'm talking about the power of keeping a commitment. And I posted up a picture that is on my bathroom mirror that I've been looking at every day with a countdown of how many days to go for my 30-day challenge that was shortened to 28 days. And it says 0 to go. That's right, 0 days to go. I'm going to keep that up there for a little while just to remind myself of how far I came. I did go off my challenge yesterday, and I had my gathering with my book club ladies, and it's a good thing because we had stuffed shells and meatball sandwiches and cake. That's right. I had some cake. Banana cake. Love me banana cake. Somebody brought up banana cake. I'm like, that is my favorite. Always had banana cake for my birthday growing up. So I also got home just in time to see my hubby before he went off to bed. And I went into the bedroom and I came out with a gift bag that I had put in the closet. filled with all of the leftover candy that I did not get to at Christmas and put it out in the kitchen. And my husband